Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for the segment, we have Qian, investment manager with Baillie, Gifford, to discuss investing in companies that are helping solve global challenges, in particular, food challenges. Lee, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Great, thank you for having me, Jill.
Lee, give us a high-level overview of your thesis and explain what precision agriculture is.
Sure. I think everyone knows that with global population expected to increase to 10 billion by 2050, we're going to need to grow far more foods to feed the growing population than we have today. But at the same time, we have limited resources in terms of land, water, and the impact of climate change and environmental degradation is going to put more pressure on our ability to grow food and supply more food. So what precision agriculture is doing is that leveraging on technology breakthrough, including semiconductors, sensors, and AI algorithms to help farmers to be more precise with the way they are growing crops, to improve productivity of their land, and also reducing the environmental impact by minimizing the use of fertilizer and pesticides. So all of that is about raising productivity of farming whilst reducing the negative environmental impact.
What are a couple of examples of companies that are helping to solve global food challenges?
Yeah, a good example would be John Deere. So you might know them from their iconic green tractors, especially in America and Canada. But they have also been investing significant amounts on precision agriculture and investing in technology to help farmers to do more. A great example is their Qian spray technology, where they are mounting a camera at the front of tractors and using AI algorithms to help determine what is a crop and what is a weed in real time. And the sprayer at the back of the tractor is able to apply the pesticides just onto the weed or apply the fertilizer just onto the crop. So minimizing and reducing the amount of chemical inputs that is required while still maintaining the increase in yield.
So Lee, when you think about your time horizon here, you had mentioned at the top that we're going to have to feed 10 billion people by 2050. Yeah. When you're looking at the different companies and making investments into them, how long is your time horizon for your stock selection?
So for us, we are very much long-term investors. So we think in minimum of 5 years. And when we're thinking about the opportunities for companies, we are frequently talking about the next 10, 20 years. So really thinking about that long-term horizon and the ability of a company to deliver value broadly for society and their shareholders over that time frame is very important for us.
Yeah, and it's really interesting because if you're looking at the agricultural space, and it's so interesting to see how many different sectors are now positioning themselves as technology companies at the end of the day to help them with their output. You're in an interesting space where, from an ESG perspective, I would imagine that you're also looking at what types of chemicals that they're using. Are they organic? Are they GMO? Or do you cross any of those barriers when you make your stock selection and thinking about the environmental impact that some of these companies could potentially have?
Yeah, it's definitely very important to us. And when thinking about that broader impact on society, and also thinking about over that long-term horizon, using chemical fertilizer and those type of input might help to increase productivity in the short term, but in the long term might have a detrimental impact on biodiversity and the farm yields in that particular area. So we do have to think about sustainability and productivity over that long-term time horizon. And often that means that it should also be thinking about being a good stewardship of the environment and make sure that the environment is able to maintain that level of farming productivity over the long term. So if it's about using kind of nasty chemicals over the short term to help improve yield, but that's not a sustainable long-term strategy, then we are not interested in that.
All right, Lee, we appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq.
Thank you.